Okay. Can't get it any different than that with this thing. This thing that holds the phone. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. Kind of went, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes that happens. And then I was doing some writing and some journaling, and topic comes through. So I, kind of random that way. But I'm kind of going to talk for a minute. My name is Marty Forrest. I am a calibrator, master empath, coach, energy worker. Like, I'm not sure what all to say as titles. I do many things. My favorite is to work with people and to help them transform instantly, shift their energy instantly, and it happens instantly. So it's pretty amazing. I didn't post it, so hopefully y'all are getting some notifications to be here. And something happened that I'm going to unpack my cards while I'm talking, because I did bring some cards. That it's been a process. It's just been a process walking through it, and it's one of those kind of relationships where I'm feeling something. I've been feeling it for a while, and you have a conversation with the person, and we I think we've worked it all out. We're moving on, and it doesn't go that way. It actually just continues to decline. Anybody have a relationship like that, or just something significant happened, shifted the dynamic of the relationship, and it never it's not a recovery, it's a, like, it never goes back to what it was, because it can't. How do I say that? We can't go backwards. Some relationships will grow together when those things happen, when some boundaries are set, or what I did was I did set a boundary in a pretty harsh way, but I also stopped regulating that person's nervous system and rescuing them emotionally. And when I did that, it didn't go well. They didn't like it. And it changed the dynamic. And it's been a few months, and I just continue to feel this gap that was happening. And it's a lifetime thing. It's a lifetime thing. I'm really putting my thoughts together here. Kind of actually in a process a little bit as I'm talking with you about it. Yeah, I've seen it all my life. When I stop rescuing or regulating or trying to save someone, because that's what I did in my being codependent people pleaser way. And then it came to, well, it was very unconscious at that time, energy. Now I'm much more aware that I do that. I'm very aware that I do that. And I stopped doing that. It's not my job. It's not my role. My role is to get the hell out of the way. It's not my job to fix them, save them, rescue them, or to energetically transmute like I've done my whole life. If you're an empath, you've done it probably your whole life. Very, very unconsciously. Until it's not. And then when it's not, things start to escalate, and we're like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this again? So each time is a shorter timeline, but it's still not comfortable. I'm still not comfortable. Hi, Mel. I'm glad you came on. I'm glad you got the notification or something. I did not post. I just thought it's going 10 o'clock. Y'all will go. You'll be here because it's 10 usually. And then so I'm talking about the, when relationships shift, the dynamics in our relationships shift significantly because I stopped doing the thing that I've always done that the other person depended on. They depended on me to do that. And that's what kept the relationship going. When I stopped very abruptly because it got really ugly and I set the boundary, I'm like, I'm not here to pick up your emotional shit and clean it up. And she actually said, I thought that's what your role was. Like, no. I'm, but I was talking her off the ledge. I was always rescuing her emotionally. And when I stopped doing that, it just became this really big gap. And then I actually asked someone last night, I asked another friend, like, because that person left before I could even talk to them. And the other person said, oh, well, they told me, hey, Brad, that she dropped me. And I was like, oh, well, she didn't tell me that. She just assuming. I am live now. Look at you. You found me live. Does it not say live on your side? Mel is also here. So I was wondering if you would make it today. I don't know why I thought that. Probably because you're not on Facebook for a minute. It's good to see you here. I'm talking about when relationships abruptly shift. Yes, I thought it was lying. Well, sometimes it'll say live or they were live, and so yeah, sometimes it does that. Gosh. And as we are growing and evolving, there's just certain things that are going to change. And when we're actively participating and paying attention to our own role, it's definitely going to change. Because I'm no longer available to do the things I used to do. So now it's the fine-tuning, and then those deeper layers are showing up. And when we stop playing the role that we've always played for someone, this has been my whole life. This is not new. It's not new for you. When we stop playing a role that we've always played in someone's life, by the rules that we set up in the beginning, and then we decide not to because it's not working for us, and we're exhausted, and they're dependent on us because that's what we've always done, and now we're exhausted. And we're like, I don't want to do that anymore. Typically, I've seen that they don't grow together. We don't grow together anymore because we stop the dependency. And I was reflecting on something when I was newly sober. Oh, you know what? Mel was not on lives on Facebook. She may not. But she's been around a minute with me. So y'all can get to know each other. Brad's always he's always the comic relief here. Typically, he's been the comic relief. And we met. Where did we meet, Brad? I know we were on Facebook. Was it through I don't even know. We don't even remember, but we really connected instantly. And so when I came here, he hasn't found me very often, or he's been busy when I'm live here. And so now he's not on Facebook. He took a break, sabbatical, and showed up here. So very exciting. No, he wasn't in those. He was on one of the lives I did. One of the first lives. Through the page we do not name. Oh yeah, that one. That's right, we don't name it. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so I was reflecting back early in recovery. A family member, I stopped rescuing her. I got sober. I didn't put it together until like later, years later. Mostly because I don't remember it. I don't either right now. And she just stopped talking to me. Like I did not exist in her world. Just like her mother does the same thing in the family. And I came to make amends, and she's like, you don't owe me anything. You didn't do anything. I said, well, clearly something's happened. And I didn't get for a long time that I stopped drinking and she didn't. She still drinks. So I'm 31 years sober, and she still drinks. And my brother still drinks. It's like, that's their life. It's not my life. And so when that happened, it instantly changed everything. I thought it was very personal. I thought it was something that I had actually done. Well, I did something, but it wasn't what I thought it was. But it was family, and we were really close at one point, and so it was painful. It was very painful. And then when I finally accepted it, it just got easier. And then I start to see the patterns of in in my life, in your life, when we change our behaviors, our relationships also change. So they're either going to grow with us or they're going to grow away. It's an energetic thing. It's not even an emotional thing. I'm no longer playing this role. So now we don't match energetically. But most of our relationships, we set them up with a lot of unspoken rules, things that we operate with in lifetimes. You said I look like your 6th grade librarian. Oh, that's funny. These two are having a side conversation over here. Vibrational frequency, yes, vibrational frequency. And you're here doing the transformation. We're here doing the work, if you will. The work is to be true to who we are and to be our authentic selves. The deeper we go, the cleaner our relationships are, and likely could be, we'll see, less of them. Or we're very selective about them. Because we are so attuned to where we match or don't match. And we're very selective in that, and very discretionary, I guess that's a word. We use discretion. Questions. I have some cards here. I'm going to pull a card and see where the conversation's going to go. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about, and then I did some writing, and this is when I can get out of my own emotional stuff that's showing up, I can then see what's happening. I believe the more self-aware you become, the less red flags you tolerate. 100%. Yes, and we also stop attracting them. I said that, Mel. Oh, that's funny. All right, so this is the card. Look at it. Matches. It's green. It's green. Not this color green, but Hilarion it's this deck. Let me show you what the deck is. Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. And the card is Hilarion. It's divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. There's the card. Divine healing. So in all of this are divine healings for us and for them. It's a two-way street. I'm not the only one benefiting, even though the other person might not ever feel like that. If they're not growing too, they're not likely going to feel like that. They're going to feel very rejected and abandoned. I used to. When we would outgrow somebody or some relationship changed, maybe they changed it because I was the one being needy and high maintenance. So they might have changed it. And it always felt like I was rejected and abandoned. When we can separate ourselves, step back, be objective, and simply see what it is energetically, it's just not a match. But we're human. So we have lots of emotions and lots of feelings about things. When we attach it to an old story, that's what it brought up for me today. It was like that time when I got sober and that family member just cut me off. And we had been pretty close at one point, but I was always saving her and rescuing her and helping her. And when I stopped drinking and I stopped doing that, there wasn't anything there's really no relationship left. And it hurt. So that's what today reminded me of that. So I know that some deep stuff is coming up to the surface to be cleared out. And that's what it's showing me. All right, looking at some notes here. Yeah, when someone benefits more from how we help them, and they're dependent on us. When we grow and become sovereign in our own self, and they're going in their own direction. I felt rejected. I know they're going to feel rejected. But it's important for us to not play on our own remembrance of the feeling. I know what it felt like, so I don't want them to feel that way. So now I'm going to try to soften it or make it different. Don't do that. Won't serve anybody. It will cause more harm. Deep self-relieving. I can't control others' angry outbursts. Oh, no. Nor should you even be trying to. All right. I just pulled another card. I just love when it just lines up with whatever I'm talking about. From the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. We are not in control of other people, not ever. And remember, I was thinking of something after I read what you had said in our group. And I just went, oh my gosh, yes, right? There's also the piece of the brighter our light, the more we disturb others, especially when they are angry and they don't want to change. My family doesn't want to change. The Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. A cool card. So when we're looking at the big picture and we can take our emotions out of it and we can look at it for what it is, we can see the discrepancy in our vibration. I'm going to look this up. I'm not sure how they... Oh, goodness gracious. It's not in order. Let me look up the number. I didn't see a number. It's 12. It's number 12. Do you have any questions about this? The Eagle King is a sign that your highest destiny is within reach. You are on the right path, even if you can't see where you're going. The Eagle King soars high above the mountains and valleys of life and is able to see the big picture when you seem to be lost in a bit of a fog. He makes a formidable ally as he takes your prayers up toward the sun and releases them to the divine. They will be answered for the highest good of all. It's a fortunate omen that the Eagle King decides to be your ally. So in a path that I walk, the eagle is always a messenger, and they fly the highest. So that's where that eagle view, where they fly so high and they have incredible eyesight. So they see the smallest details and the smallest things moving for their food and stuff on the ground. So it's they're helping us to see. Let's see. I know Mel. I know Brad has several friends, but do you ever feel like I have a lot of acquaintances and more of a casual friends, but I don't have a lot of close friends. And I thought, is there something wrong with me? I just don't have those kind of close friends, because in the early days it was through being codependent and dependent. Yeah, I knew you were the same. And I know Brad has friends. I'm not sure how many like really close, tight friends. So it's very different. Only one or two. So I was journaling about this and wondering, is it ever possible? Because I see those people that have friendships for years. My cousin and her best friend since third grade. And they still are, they're just a little bit younger than me. So a lot of years. Like the last one I had was a little over, sorry, before I got sober, so a little over 30 years I'd known her. And when I moved, she stopped talking to me. I was like, just like, well, all right. And we weren't super, I mean, we were been friends for a long time, but we weren't super like close like that. So there was a book, Carolyn Myth. I can't remember the name of it right now. But she talked about human beings. We get together and we study she called it woundology. We study our wounds, and that's how we connect to people until we don't. And when we become sovereign and authentic in ourselves, then it's more about the coherence of a relationship and the truth of a relationship rather than that emotional bonding or wounded bonding or trauma bonding. So there's a big discernment in that. That just gave me a little more comfort to know that it's okay. It's okay if I don't have really close friends. I haven't had a best friend in for I don't know. I can't even tell you last time. Someone that I would go, oh, she's my best friend. Of course you do. Sometimes I feel their wounds. I do too. However, I know today that it's not my job to fix it. Or change it for them. Or make it different for them. If that's what they want, they work with me. So that's more of what it is today. Or I sponsor them and then there's a clear line of being their sponsor in AA. I don't ever have best friends, right? Never. I don't have best friends now. Exactly. And what's interesting is I know any of us, because I don't know who the fourth person is, but I know there's a couple of you here that we can pick up the phone, connect where we are, and go deep and move on. But so it's not that ongoing, like, close, we call each other all the time. It's not like that. That's not how we have relationships. That's what I'm learning today. That's not how I have relationships. I know a lot of people. I love a lot of people. I hug a lot of people. I have those kind of relationships, and if they call me and they need help, depends on what it is. And the other thing is, if they know me. So I can laugh about it today. I used to take it so personal. They know me. So if they don't want to hear the truth or my perspective, they don't call me. So, yeah, so I don't know why I picked up this deck, but I picked up this deck. So we're going to pull a card from here. The inner child. Let's see what the inner child is about in all this. Yeah. So, yeah, that's, when they want the truth, they do. They'll call me. I'm very kind about it. I just, I don't know. I know we're all this way. it just comes out. I don't even think about it. I don't think I'm going to say this thing. It just flops out of my mouth, and that's what it is, and they don't have to like it. They don't always like it, and it triggers them. My mother at a very early age used to say, if you don't want the truth, don't ask Brad. That's exactly right. Now, I don't know that I had my parents saying that, but yeah. Yeah, I like your blunt and honest. People that like it, stick. You stick. You stay with me. You're growing with me. We're doing the deal. Review your responsibilities. Now I tell people I don't have any teeth, so I can't bite my tongue. I've heard you say that before. Review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. You're so funny. He doesn't. He really doesn't have any teeth. Makes me laugh. Not sure what those are. They look like dead bugs or something. What a weird card. What a weird looking card. I'm going to look at the... Yeah, it's... This is big. This is really big, actually. Review your responsibilities. I I'm not even sure how to say that. Rahula Bula Bala. Okay, I'll pull a card. Hold on. Reviewing our responsibilities means reviewing our responsibilities. What am I responsible for? What are you responsible for? When I early in recovery, I was so incredibly codependent. I thought I was responsible for everybody, everything, all the time. And so when somebody said I had to be responsible for everything, 100% responsible, it was meant for me. It didn't mean me to morph and change for everybody else. It did not mean that. And I didn't know. I had to really learn how to discern what I was responsible for. And it wasn't anybody else. Do you want the inner child? Ask for a card. Do you want the one from the inner child? Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is the decks I have right here. I have a numerology deck, and I have Keepers of the Light. I think Keepers of the Light. Taking responsibility is binary in nature, and like a coin, there will always be two sides to it. On one side, if the responsibility is not ours to hold, it can be draining and harmful. On the other side, if the responsibility is ours to hold, it can be very empowering. That's what I was saying, that knowing what's ours. There are certain aspects of ourselves that only we can be responsible for. Otherwise, we are giving our personal power away. Moreover, if we hold responsibility for another person, it can hinder their growth process and possibly damage our relationship with them. If you have pulled this card, then there might be an imbalance in your life regarding responsibilities. Yeah. So knowing, just knowing. I'm responsible for me, my self-care, my emotional state, my energy, my feelings. I am not responsible for anybody else. All right, I'm pulling a card. Yes, self-aware. It takes something. When somebody said I was responsible, it made me. I was so angry when I heard that. You're 100% responsible for everything. Meaning me, everything about me, and how I react, how I respond, how I'm behaving. Those are the things. I am not responsible to make sure Brad feels okay or to make Mel feel safe. I'm not responsible for that. But I always thought so. All right. All right, let's see here. There we go. This is for, I'm not even sure. I'm going to say I am Ra. That's where I'm going to leave it, okay? Freya. This is the deck I used that felt like it was for you. Keepers of the Light. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Very cool card. I blame the demons and retrogrades. There were a lot of retrogrades we've been through recently. So phases and cycles. Being that it's winter, we are in the cycle of going inside, depending on where you live. If you're not here and you're in the summer, then you're different energy. It's called winter. I'm not sure how that works in another continent. So phases and cycles, beginning and ending. And we can get very caught up in the things that are ending and we want to hold on to them, and because it's comfortable and familiar, so we want to hold on to those people, places, things, the cycle that we're in, or we think the cycle. So winter cycle is the time that we go internal. We slow down. We call it stop it. When we go internally and we review our last year, we take a look at what's been working, what's not been working. We eat heavy, dense, nourishing, warm foods because it's colder. If you look at the trees and they lose all their leaves, so we're shedding the things that don't serve us, and we're going internally. And so the trees, the nature goes internally and in the roots. So we're going into the roots to clear out what's not serving us and what's not working. It's a quiet time. It's time to rest. In the cycle of nature and honoring the cycles and the phases, yes, can be hibernation for sure. Definitely. Illusions are revealed and released. So whatever, let me feel into this. Whatever you've not been willing to look at. It's very old. It's a very old pattern. And it's time to see the truth about it so that you can clear it and be cleaning your relationships. Whew. That's what I was getting for it. The trees and animals, Odin's deep sleep, there are many names for it. Yes, absolutely. There are definitely many names for it. So let's see. The extended about Freya, which means lady in the Norse. Freya is lady in the Norse, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. Twin flame of Odin. Brad named it. And a warrior goddess who offers deep spiritual and physical protection to those who call on her. She will stand before you with her shield and spear, keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with the moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. She herself is the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect of all women and guides them to see the wisdom these cycles bring. Let's see. There's the extended message. A phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it's important to acknowledge it's not the end. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave behind anything that is false, step into your peaceful warrior-like energy, and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all of the loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. You have been protected. Excellent. So things are moving and changing, and you're still protected. It doesn't always feel like that. When we're moving through stuff and it's just uncomfortable, and our nervous system's wired for whatever we've learned in our life. So the patterns that live in our body, we've been wired for that. Then as it's changing and evolving, our nervous system is like, so just like what happened, I wanted to just go, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And I know that there's nothing wrong. It's simply that our energy's not a match. Am I the one who's protecting you? Not likely. Not likely. Probably a dragon protecting you. Yes, it's very uncomfortable. So as we are, you're funny. As we are growing and evolving, and we're changing, we're transforming. A lot of us don't like that word change, so we're transforming. The nervous system's like, wait, I need to hold on to what's familiar and comfortable. And so we'll grasp what's old and familiar as it's moving out even. So it's okay. It's okay. Every time we allow it to move and clear, we're rewiring the nervous system to feel safe where you are. It's the practice. You're funny. Haha, I know who's protecting me. Good. All right, lovelies. Any other questions? Comments before we depart? Pull a number card for us. Here you go. You know the answer. New beginnings. Number one. And this is where we're at right now in this number 1 year. So that's for you, I am Ra. That's for all of us, really, but because it just coincided with that other card that I pulled for Ra. New beginnings. New beginnings in the Merkaba. So there we go. Mel loves plant medicine. I have my fill. Yeah, right? Wow, for me? Yeah, it's for all of us, but yes, for you. It just seemed to just go right with the card that we just took. So that was, yeah. All right, lovelies. If you like it, if you liked what you got here, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. I'm here. Typically, I'm here every Saturday, and I've been doing my best to keep it at 10 o'clock Central Time. And sometimes it fluctuates. So if you'll turn on your notifications, you'll get the notification when I'm coming live. And if I haven't put that out there, you'll know it's a 10. Aye. So have a fabulous weekend, you all. This new moon is, I believe it's tomorrow. I've seen something about that. Looking at the calendar. It's so great to have you here. I'm so glad you made it. I've missed you being here. Yes, new moon is tomorrow. All right, so yes, new moon is tomorrow. That's so just right in there. So as we're moving into that new moon, pay attention to what's new coming. Look for your signs. What's the consistent thing that shows up for you? That's telling you, that reminds you that you're on track. All right, lovelies. I will see you here next week. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.